Update on a housing development here in Muncie, when we can start to see the construction begin.
Some bikers facing issues on a recreational trail right here in Muncie. How the city's trying to help.
The manhunt is over for the suspect of yesterday's New York City subway shooting. New disturbing details found by police on what they say led up to the incident.
More information in the death of Patrick Loyola. Details on what happened the morning of April 4th.
And I'll be tracking some more rain tonight and possibly some thunderstorms.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thanks for being with us. I'm Anna Chalker.
And I'm Grace Bankowski.
Now, it has been some crazy weather here in the Midwest, and we want to make sure we get the information out as fast as possible, so we're going to go ahead and send it over to forecaster Rachel Stinger to get a first look at weather.
Yeah, guys, today we've seen a lot of crazy weather throughout the eastern areas, parts of the country today. But right now, looking here at our zoomed in radar, we're really seeing a lot of heavy rainfall here move throughout the area. Not seeing a lot of severe weather like we saw throughout the country today. As for current temperatures, we're still sitting pretty mild as this rain has moved through the area. Still 65 degrees here in Muncie, 61 in Indianapolis, but cooling off over there in Champaign, Illinois at 47 degrees. Now, our winds right now aren't that gusty, but they will be as we move into tomorrow. Winds are out of the south-southwest at 9 miles per hour here in Muncie. Pretty calm throughout the state, 11 miles per hour up there in Logansport. But as we look into tomorrow and my full forecast, I'll have more on those breezy conditions tomorrow.
Rachel, thank you so much. And even though today may not be the best day for outdoor activities, when the weather does take a turn, there will be activities for enjoying the outdoors.
But some riders may face some issues here in Muncie. NewsLink Indiana's Rebecca Rosato is here to tell us more. Rebecca?
Anna, Grace, Muncie is home to one of the largest recreational trails in Indiana, the Cardinal Greenway. And many bike riders use that path and others similar. One of those run alongside South Cowan Road by Ivy Tech Community College on the southwest end of Muncie. But there is an obstruction in the way that hinders pedestrians from crossing it. A railroad crossing. Breaking up part of this recreational trail means issues are bound to arise.
The tracks are metal and they get wet and become slippery, and so even when there's a small gap, it can certainly cause accessibility issues.
Fixing these issues can be harder than it seems.
The railroads are not super interested in having any crossings, and that includes pedestrian, bicycle, or even vehicular.
This can be a result of the cost it takes to build a crossing.
When you talk about running some sidewalk across the tracks of the railroad, your bottom dollar is probably in the $200,000 to $300,000 range.
Although it may be expensive, Bishop says without a solution, more than just bikers are at risk.
It can cause big issues. You certainly don't want any part of a wheelchair getting stuck in the tracks.
And finding a solution may get the public outside more.
But there's also people that would bike and walk more if it was safer.
Leach did tell me that the city of Muncie does have a running conversation with railroad owners, although as of right now, there are no plans to fix the crossing on South Cowan Road.
Becca, thank you so much. And turning now to new updates on housing developments here in Muncie.
Construction on Storer Estates in Storerwoods Park will begin May 1st. In a community update video, Muncie Mayor Dan Ridenour said that engineering is finished and that construction is set to begin on the former elementary school property. In 2017, the former Storer Elementary School was closed and demolished with the plan of a housing development. The redevelopment project will include 34 new lots with hopes to put houses on them. This area will also include a park and an 8-foot wide walking path with a dry retention pond that will also have walking paths.
It'll be a lot of earth moving at the first because the main thing we're wanting to solve early on is we're wanting to help solve and work on those drainage issues. In and around that area, not just where Storer Estates are going to be. We're putting in a number of new inlets, and we expect for it to improve.
You can see right there that workers have already started preparing for construction. Now, according to city officials, the contract has work finishing at the end of the year, but that might change depending on various factors.
A special prosecutor says a Purdue University police officer seen on cell phone video using his elbow to pin a black student's neck to the ground will not face charges. Madison County Prosecutor Rodney Cummings says the officer used reasonable force when the student resisted arrest and repeatedly refused to comply with the officer's commands. Cummings said in a report Monday that the student Adonis Tuggle also won't be charged in the February 4th incident, although, quote, probable cause exists. Purdue said in a statement yesterday that Officer John Selk has apologized to Tuggle, and school officials have agreed on steps to prevent a repeated incident on campus. Now, more information on the death of Patrick Loyola, a man shot and killed by a police officer in Grand Rapids.
Today, Grand Rapids authorities released video of the incident, which happened on the morning of April 4th. Police say the 26-year-old Loyola fled from his vehicle after being pulled over for a traffic stop. They added that an officer's gun discharged and struck Loyola during, quote, a lengthy struggle. However, a spokesperson for the Loyola family refutes that, claiming that the shooting was, quote, execution style. Michigan State Police are now handling the investigation. The manhunt is over for the suspect who opened fire on a New York City subway train yesterday morning. 10 people were shot during the incident. The New York City police say they've arrested 62-year-old Frank James, the man they now call a suspect in yesterday's subway shooting. James spoke heavily about violence in multiple videos posted online, including what appears to be his latest video posted just one day before the shooting. In one of the videos, James says he left his home in Wisconsin on March 20th and was heading to, quote, the danger zone.
We need to see more mass shootings. Yeah, we need to see more. There has to be more mass shootings.
Police say James rented this U-Haul van on April 11th in Philadelphia. The U-Haul was found in Brooklyn Tuesday after keys to the vehicle were found at the scene of the subway attack. Investigators also linking the gun found at the scene to James and tracking the purchase of a gas mask to James through eBay. The search for James may be over, but the healing for victims is just beginning.
I still feel the pain. They gave me a bunch of pain meds, but it's still there. I still feel it. I can still see the hole. I don't think I could ever ride the train again.
James is now charged with terror-related crimes and, if convicted, faces a sentence of life in prison.
Russia is forbidding nearly 400 U.S. lawmakers from entering the country. Russian officials announced today they have imposed sanctions of 398 members of Congress. It's retaliation for a similar travel ban the U.S. implemented against 328 members of Russia's parliament. Democratic Representative Brendan Boyle tweeted, quote, well, there goes my spring break plans. Republican Representative John Curtis commented it was a, quote, honor to be included on the no travel list. And 2 lawyers who were part of the Trump White House counsel's office are expected to appear in front of the January 6th Select Committee.
2 sources say then White House counsel Pat Cipollone and his deputy Patrick Philbin will be interviewed by investigators today. Cipollone was among the voices inside the administration that was against for the movement, calling then Vice President Mike Pence to try to overturn the final results of the 2020 presidential election.
The next time you click Add to Cart on Amazon, you can expect to see a higher price at checkout, while your next delivery could be a little more pricey.
Plus, Google is making a major investment. Where and why they are expanding next.
And I will be.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
You're probably going to have to pay more for certain items on Amazon.
The retail giant told sellers today it's adding a 5% fuel and inflation charge. That applies to products Amazon stores and ships for sellers, but not to items that are only listed and sold on the company's site. It's set to take effect April 28th. Consumer prices jumped 8.5% in March from the previous year. That was the biggest spike in 40 years.
Google is doubling down on office space. The tech giant says it plans to invest $9.5 billion in offices and data centers in the U.S. this year. The move comes as many of its employees are returning to work in an office 3 days per week after 2 years of being fully remote. CEO Sundar Pichai wrote in a blog post, even with people working in offices less, investing in campuses still helps its product and quality of life for workers. The company plans to open a new office in Atlanta and expand office space in Austin and New York.
Taxpaying Hoosiers can expect a payday from the state. Officials will start sending $125 payments to Indiana taxpayers next month. That's under the state's automatic taxpayer refund law. The payments come from a big jump in state tax collections helped by federal COVID-19 relief funding. The governor's office said today those payments will start by direct deposit in May to those who have filed their 2021 income tax returns, and they provided bank information. Refund checks will be mailed to others starting in late July. Congress is taking action to help avoid a potential retirement crisis.
A bill expected to reach President Joe Biden's desk later this year could bring about new rules involving 401k programs. The legislation is called, quote, Secure Act 2.0. If passed and signed, it would require most employer-sponsored retirement plans to enroll eligible workers automatically at a 3% level. That would increase by 1% until you're contributing 10% of your paycheck annually. Workers would have the option to opt out or change their contribution level.
The current outbreak of avian flu won't create a shortage of eggs this Easter, but Americans will be paying more for them at the grocery stores. The Consumer Price Index shows the price of eggs is up nearly 14% over last year, and it's expected to keep climbing. 50 million chickens and turkeys died as a result of the highly pathogenic avian influenza, or HPAI, in that outbreak. Right now, the CDC says the risk of the bird flu infecting humans is low.
And if you plan to travel soon, you can also plan to pack a mask. The federal transportation mask mandate will be sticking around for another 15 days until May 3rd. That's the latest from a source familiar with the matter who says the goal is to use extra time to gather more information about the BA2 variant. Now, as a reminder, the mandate means you have to wear a mask on public transportation, including planes, trains, and buses, and when you're inside places like airports and bus terminals. Now, today was not the best travel weather, but Rachel, will that be changing here soon?
Yeah, unfortunately it won't be. Later on in the show, I will be tracking some more severe threats for weather, scattered showers overnight, and then some breezy conditions for tomorrow coming up after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other.
on a deeper level. Father,
Cosplayer,
mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward
come together,
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
The time is now 9:16, and you're taking a live look out at campus. Looking a little clear right now, but I know we're expecting some scattered showers tonight, as well as some other severe weather. Is that right, Rachel?
Yeah, we're not really seeing that threat for severe weather anymore, but we were seeing it earlier with some thunderstorms. But I've really been enjoying those warm temperatures today, for sure.
Definitely.
It has been nice, but it has felt a little humid.
Yeah, and that humidity is unfortunately going to be lasting with us as we look at these showers throughout the night tonight. Now, taking a look here, we have our zoomed out radar where we can actually see all of this line of storms that's pushing through multiple states here. We actually had some tornado warnings here in Kentucky, even in southern Indiana near Bloomington, that brought us our severe weather. But here in Muncie, we really haven't been seeing that threat for severe weather. It's actually diminished for tonight. Zooming in here on our local radar, we do see a lot of those heavier pockets of rain here in a lot of our viewing areas. We are going to see that move to the east overnight tonight, and those rain showers will continue overnight, but that threat will become less as we move into the overnight hours. Now, talking about when we can time that system out, we are still seeing some heavy pockets of rain here in Muncie, and as we move throughout the night at 11 p.m., we do see most of those severe chances move off to the east, and as we move throughout the night, overnight, we will see a lot of that rain move over to eastern, over into Illinois, and as we make it into a Thursday morning, we will be left with clear skies. A great day tomorrow, especially compared to today, where we saw a lot of those rain showers. Now, that threat has lessened here. We are only in the level 1 out of 5 marginal risk here in Muncie. Part of our viewing areas and that slight risk for severe weather, but right now we only have that marginal risk, so we're possibly going to be seeing some thunderstorms later on tonight, but just rain for the rest of the overnight hours. The threats with this system here, we're going to see possibly some damaging winds, lower threats for hail and an isolated tornado. We will possibly see some more of that heavy rainfall until we move past about midnight tonight. Taking a look here at our low temperature, we'll see 42 degrees, cooling off quite a bit from what we've seen today. That 90% chance of rainfall that we will see moving throughout the night tonight. Thunderstorms, scattered severe thunderstorms. Like I said, that threat has diminished, so we're really only going to see some rainfall for the night tonight. Tomorrow will be a great day to get outside compared to today where we saw a lot of rain. See 51 degrees by 12 p.m., 60 degrees by 5 p.m. We'll see some breezy conditions tomorrow, winds out of the southwest at 20 miles per hour, those possible gusts up to 30 and 35 miles per hour. So while it will be a great day tomorrow, we will see some of those breezy conditions. That is due to this wind advisory here that we have in a northern county here in our viewing area, especially a lot of northern Indiana as well, and that will be due to those breezy conditions that I had in my last graphic with those breezy conditions for those wind advisories. Now, looking at our mid-7-day forecast, we do have that chance of rain for tonight. By the time we reach Thursday and Friday, we do still stick into the 60s, dropping off, though, to 51 by Sunday, with rain chances returning for next week. So I'm really sad that we're going to drop off in temperatures, but I am happy to see that rain kind of go away for a couple days.
And it's nice that we're getting to see the beautiful temperatures for the next couple of days. Rachel, thank you so much.
Definitely. Now we're going to toss it over to Phil for some sports.
Well, one women's tennis player earning a Mack accolade for the second straight week, and one local high school softball squad finding offensive success. Find out who next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Philip Jorzay with sports.
Because of NewsLink?
Delta saw.
No, she hasn't. I'm like, but she
continues.
Delta softball has been rounding the bases this season. Over their first 6 games, the Eagles have been averaging over 10-plus runs per game. The Eagles have contributed their success to their work during practice.
Well, we started conditioning in December,
this week.
and then we
Excellent.
focused on fundamentals and continued that every practice.
The Eagles have put up some impressive games this season, scoring as high as 18 runs in a game versus Westdale this season. Muncie Delta head coach Logan Lewis is proud of how her team has been performing in practice and during game time.
I think they've done a good job taking what we've done in practice, just that repetition, working on all the little skills that they need, and they put it all together at the plate, and they've figured out how to string a lot of things together and push runs across the board.
Having the ability to put up all these runs during these matchups gives the team some confidence moving forward.
Our hitting this season has given us a lot of confidence, and it gives us confidence going into every game.
Last night, the Eagles faced off against the undefeated Northeastern Knights. The game was close as both teams went back and forth until the 6th inning, where the Knights took a 6-5 lead. The Eagles were not able to put up a run, which they were able to do all season. The team lost in a close battle and are looking to come back strong after their 2nd loss of the season.
You know, I always tell the girls with a game like this, you know, we had some mental mistakes that cost us a few runs. Like you said, we didn't put up as many runs as we have been, but tell them, you know, go home, think about how that game went, but then we move on. We put it aside and we come ready to play the next game.
The Eagles are looking to go back to their scoring ways as they travel to Centerville tomorrow at 5:30. In Muncie, John Kleemeyer, NewsLink, Indiana.
Eagles still looking to have their first success in the Hoosier Heritage Conference play, as they've managed only 1 win in conference play in the last 2 years. But keeping it on the diamond, Ball State softball player Faith Hensley earning Mack honors. Hensley taking home Mack Player of the Week, and this isn't the first time she's done it. Just last week, Hensley won the same award for her offensive performance. This week, she led the Cardinals' offense with 10 RBIs, 11 runs, and accounted for over 30% of the total runs scored. Hensley and the rest of her squad will look to keep up the positive offensive momentum as they travel to Toledo for a series against the Rockets. And taking things over to the courts, women's tennis claiming 2 weekly awards. Starting out with Mack, Female Scholar Athlete of the Week, Amy Kaplan, taking the honor after an impressive showing this past weekend. She went 2-0 against Bowling Green and Miami. Kaplan's win against the Falcons was the deciding point in the Cardinals' 4-3 victory. She improved to 6-1 in the MAC and helped Ball State improve to 15-3 overall and 6-1 in conference play. In addition, Livia Lukics and Jessica Braun have been tabbed as this week's MAC Doubles Team of the Week. The tandem is 5-2 in MAC play and moved into the first place slot in the MAC standings with an overall record of 15-3. And awesome to see all of the success here at Ball State. Unfortunately, this is going to be my last opportunity to see that success. This is my last show anchoring. Great 3 years here. Loved covering all of Ball State sports, all of Delaware County sports, and it's certainly going to miss it.
Yeah, and I know we're going to wish you the best of luck. Thank you for all the work we do. We are going to miss the question of the day. I think that's what we're all going to miss is our favorite parts of Wednesdays are the question of the day. Philip, thank you for all the time you've put into NewsLink, and good luck in the future.
Thank you very much.
And after the break, we'll show you a unique rescue and a new unique type of cookie dough.
Plus, we'll have one final look at weather. Stay with us.
you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. A mountain lion cub was saved by hikers this week and was moved to the Oakland Zoo for care. Rose is only about 4 to 5 months old. The hikers noticed she was all by herself and looked really unhealthy. It took some time for wildlife biologists to track her down, but they finally caught up to her. But the folks at Oakland Zoo say she's got a feisty spirit, so they're optimistic little Rose will blossom. If all goes well with Rose's recovery over the next few months, the zoo will work to find her a good home.
Here's some sweet news. If you've got a sweet tooth, Nestle Toll House is stuffing its cookie dough. The iconic cookie brand has been baking up some new creations with its first ever stuffed cookie dough. You'll have 2 flavors to choose from, chocolate chip cookie dough with fudge filling or double chocolate cookie dough with salted caramel filling. Is your mouth watering yet? Sorry, you're gonna have to wait a bit. These new dough delights don't come out until July. I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Now, I love cookie dough, and I'm also loving these like 50s and 60 degree temperatures, so looking forward to that this week. Rachel, how's it looking out there?
Yeah, unfortunately, those 50 and 60 degree temperatures won't last for long, at least the 60 degree. We will be cooling down back to 51 degrees by Sunday, and we will see those rain chances move into the area. We'll also see some rain chances that move into the area beginning next week with some below average temperatures. High of only 52 on Monday, high dropping to 50 degrees by Tuesday, wrapping it up with some cloudy skies for next week.
Rachel, thank you so much. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.